Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Melting the Ice podcast with your host, me, Yomen Dibetang. So, today marks the beginning of a series called Bloom and Blossom, and I want to talk about things that I feel are important in order for us to bloom and blossom wherever we are. I don't know if you've heard of the quote, bloom where you're planted. That quote inspired me to make this series because I believe it's important for us to bloom where we are. We don't always choose the place where we find ourselves in life, but one thing we can always choose is to decide what we're going to do, decide how we're going to react, and decide if we're going to bloom or not. So I want this series of episodes that to come to really remind us that blooming where we are is the most important thing in life. Stressing about where we are, stressing about not being where we are, does not help us. Instead, it actually makes us anxious, it makes us sad, and it doesn't really take us to where we want to be. So with this, let's start Bloom and Blossom. Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. I hope your day is going well. I hope you're happy. And if you're not happy, I hope this episode brings you more peace, makes you feel more at ease and everything. Have a seat. Or if you're walking, I wish you an amazing walk. Thank you for being here with me, sharing your time with me. So today we're talking about the importance of knowing yourself. The importance of knowing yourself. And what I mean by that is, I mean the importance of being your own ally or becoming your ally and knowing yourself. Because I feel like a lot of us in this world, some of us say we love ourselves, but yet we indulge in self-destructive behaviors that don't help us become who we want to be or are very unrelated to the goals we claim to have or the dreams we claim to want for ourselves. So my question is, are you your own ally or are you your enemy? A lot of us want all these things, but we treat ourselves like enemies. We are so mean to ourselves. We have negative self-talk. We say mean things to ourselves all throughout the day. Things we would never say to anyone. But yet, that's the normal. Some of us can't even stand our own voices. I know because I have struggled with that. You know, when I recorded my first couple of episodes, I found it so cringy listening to my voice. I was like, oh my goodness. But I feel like becoming your own ally is learning to embrace every part of yourself. Learning to embrace yourself in a way that you've never done before. Learning to see the beauty in how you do things, how you smile, how you speak, you know. Just embracing who you are at your core and truly befriending yourself. How is your relationship with yourself over the years? Has it degraded or has it become better? I don't think a lot of us understand that the relationship we have with ourselves affects the relationship we have with others and also affect the relationship we have with the things we want to do. If you are an enemy to yourself, it becomes really hard to, pursue those dreams of yours, because now there's like a conflict of interest. Because your own self is your enemy, you're going to experience what people call self-sabotage. In other words, you want the thing, but at the same time, you're destroying every possible means of you getting the thing. So I was just thinking, I just thought, why don't we become our own allies? We make allies of other people or things, but are you your own ally? Do you just smile at yourself throughout the day and say, you know what, I've got this? And spirituality is really big because it helps you surrender to a greater force. Here, this is a podcast welcoming all spiritual beliefs, but I want you to understand that you're not alone, and whatever you believe in, study that and understand that you're never alone. Whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever it is you believe in, know that there is a higher power that wants your well-being. There are higher powers that want you to do well, that love you, and that deeply want to support you and want you to do well. But I think it's important for you to recognize that you are loved and that you are desired and that you are wanted. I feel like a lot of us don't even realize how loved we are, how important we actually are. And so therefore we just think that we're just average people just going through life in motions. We don't think there's anything special about us, when truly you are so unique, and you couldn't even imagine how unique you are. You're so unique that if your parents were to want to have you, they couldn't even have you. They'll have to have like 8 million. I don't even know the exact number, but let's just say 8 million kids before having a chance of having something close to you. So in other words, it's literally impossible for anyone else to have a you. So you are so unique. You are one in billions. We're all uniques, and we each have sets of gifts that set us apart and that make us who we are. And becoming your ally is embracing those gifts of yours, is understanding that your gifts don't have to look like anyone else's, but they are what you have. It's saying that, you know what, I love this. I love that I can do this. I love myself. Not because I can, fly a plane, or because I have all of these certifications, or because I have all of these things, but I just love myself because I am me, and because there's no one quite like me in the world. So today I really want us to lean into this idea of becoming your own ally, befriending yourself. Some of us have such toxic relationships with ourselves that we're constantly punishing ourselves for mistakes we made 10, 20, even 30 years ago. It's time for you to forgive yourself. After all, it's a new year, right? 2024 is here. Happy New Year. Lol. But yeah, a new year is here, and every single day is like a new year, because every single day is a chance, an opportunity for you to choose different, for you to make a different choice, for you to decide to be different. It doesn't matter what you've been in the past. I think people will always say, oh, you do things this way, how come now you want to do this? Listen, let me tell you, you can decide to change whenever you want. You can decide to be what you want whenever you want. You can be something today and you can say tomorrow, I want to be this. You don't have to stay in this box of layers, of ideas, of perspectives that people have of you. Who told you have to maintain those perspectives? Allow people to think how they want to think of you. Give them the space, the free will to judge you however way they want, because it is only through that you can actually allow your true people or your true tribe of people to find you. Because even when you're just being yourself, especially when you're being yourself, they will love you. You do not have to perform or hold on to these old perspectives or do things how these people want you to do it, because Jah love has the condition that if you do it this way, I will love you. I think a lot of us want to receive unconditional love. A lot of us want this love that never fails. And we don't understand that love that we seek comes from within. That love that we seek the most, it's not found outside of us. And in order for us to experience something outside of us, that thing must first be experienced within ourselves. So whatever it is, if you want to get closer to God, or if you want to deeper your relationship with your spiritual beliefs, because all those things, all the spiritual beliefs, they bring you closer to yourself, right? Religion or spirituality, someone said, I'm not sure who said that, it's only a way to understand God better. And when we understand God better, we understand ourselves. I don't want this to be super religious or into spirituality, because I just want this to speak to everyone. And I want everyone, regardless of who you are, where you are, or what you think, I want you to understand that whatever you seek outside, you must first give that to yourself. And whatever tools you use in order for you to experience that is entirely your choice. You decide what you want to believe in. But among the things you want to believe in, I hope you find love within yourself. I hope you find love for your eyebrows, regardless of how they look like. Even if you are going to get them, fixed in the shape that you like, I still want you to love them as they are right now. I want you to have love for all the things that do not fit societal standards that are on you. You have to accept yourself. You have to become your own ally. Becoming your ally means that you know your strength. You know the things you're not so good at too. But knowing yourself is the beginning towards victory in everything that we do. So know yourself. Get to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. Love yourself. Understand yourself. Study yourself. Love yourself. Become your own ally. I don't know what feelings this episode is bringing forth within you, but whatever you feel, don't suppress it, please. Do not suppress it. Write them down. Oftentimes, we bottle up our emotions for whatever reason, right? Whether we learned that programming at some point in our life or whatever, we just want to bottle it up. Some of us don't even allow ourselves to cry. It's so sad. It's okay for you to it's very much necessary for you to release your emotions. Now, however way you want to do that. Some people use journaling. Some people use, prayer. Dancing, crying. You need to really express yourself. You need to understand that there are multiple parts of you, right? Like you have your mind, you have your body, and you have your soul. And your mind, body, and soul require different forms of nourishment. And when parts of your being are not being nourished in the way that they need to be, it really causes, it causes issue, because then things are out of balance. And that lack of balance can start to, begin to create dysfunction in parts of your life, or begin to create you lacking self-love, or you indulging in self-destructive behaviors like, scrolling for 8 hours. That's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm talking about. Or overeating, or eating, 3 pints of ice cream in one sitting. Things like that. Or indulging in, watching TV all day when you know that things you need to do for yourself. If you find yourself indulging in such things. Don't judge yourself. Don't say, oh my goodness, there you are, you're doing it again. Ugh, what is wrong with you? Please, I beg you, if you take one thing from this episode, do not speak to yourself that way. Be kind with yourself. Again, become your ally. If you become an ally with someone and you know that if this person sing, I sing, we're on the same boat, would you speak to that person with disrespect, or would you just genuinely understand that? You would just understand that if this person stops paddling the boat, if this person falls, I fall. We're all together in this battle. So you would go and ask them, is everything okay? What do you need? Do you need more nourishment? What do I need to get you to be your best self, to be at your top, to be on top of your game? Because when you do that, then the person can show up as the best version of yourself. So if you're not showing up as the best version of yourself, it's because part of you is not being nourished properly. So rather than judging yourself, ask that part of yourself, hey, are you okay? Do you need a hug? It's perfectly okay to hug yourself, okay? Give yourself some love. And don't feel like whatever you want to do, whether you want to hug yourself in private, there's no such thing as weird. Like, stop caring how you look doing things and just do the thing. Just care for yourself. Be gentle with yourself, because you are someone precious. Whether you think you're precious or not, just believe me. You are someone precious. You are precious. We are all precious. So become your own ally. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I become my own ally? What are the things I can do to, to get myself to be a top performer, to get myself to be at my best? Let me just say, to get myself to be at my best self. Remember that you have to nourish all parts of yourself. Your mind, your body, your soul. They require different nourishment. Be present in all things that you do. When you're eating, don't just mindlessly eat. Try to push your phone away. Try to be present in that experience. Because when you're present and you have self-awareness, that's how I believe you nourish your soul. Right? When you pray, however way you want to do it, when you meditate, that's soul nourishment. When you read, when you go for a walk, you nourish all parts of your being, right? So every single day, when you wake up in the morning, I want you to nourish every part of your being. I want you to nourish yourself in the morning and before you go to bed, so that you can start to feel these holes in your being that have been craving this love, but all this time you didn't know that the only love that could fill these parts of your being was a love that comes from within, was a love that you can give yourself, was the acceptance that higher beings can give you. So don't go outside of you. Go to your spirituality and also go within. Don't be afraid to ask questions to people. Don't be afraid to look dumb, because really there's no such thing. Being dumb actually is suffering, and having people that can hold your hand and that can help you go through it, and refusing because you don't want to seem weak. We've all been weak at some times. People who are strong because they were once weak, right? When you're weak, you're in a position of growth and you're on the journey to becoming strong. And don't rob yourself of this journey, because on this journey of becoming strong, of becoming your own ally, there are many things you will learn that you couldn't even imagine that you needed. But you can only learn these lessons, right, if you are patient and kind to yourself. These lessons will only come to you once you decide to be kind, once you decide to truly see yourself, every part of yourself, as your allies and not your enemies. So with that, I'm going to end today's episode, the first episode of Bloom and Blossom. I hope you had fun with me today. I had so much fun talking to you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you have a beautiful day. Just today again, give yourself a hug if you haven't yet. Remember, we all need love. Don't wait for people to love you. Love yourself. And most importantly, I know you're so tired of it, become your ally. Get to know yourself. Befriend yourself. Have a beautiful day. I'm blowing so many kisses your way right now. I'm gonna do it. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. I love you so much. Bye.